This episode of the CMS Network is brought to you by our sponsor, Blackout Coffee. If you are a coffee lover, you will love what they are selling over at Blackout Coffee. Make sure you get yourself some. The only thing woke about this company is the drinker of the coffee, because it gives you quite a jolt. I am a personal fan of the Brutal Awakening Dark Roast, but everybody's a little bit different. Make sure you get what is your favorite today. Go to blackoutcoffee.com. Use the promo code CHRIA20 to save 20% on your first order. It's that simple. So one more time, blackoutcoffee.com. That is the link, or use the full link if you're going to shop around. That is scrolling on the bottom, and get yourself some of the best coffee that is out there today. blackoutcoffee.com.
Hey, this is John Campbell from Lamb of God, and you're watching CMS TV.
Hey, what's up, Rock and Shock Nation? Welcome to another edition of the original hard rock, heavy metal, and horror-themed hangout program. Just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Remember to visit us on the web at rockandshockshow.com. Again, that's rockandshockshow.com. And if you're not already a member of the Rock and Shock Nation, I just encourage you guys to do that today and show your support for this program. Membership is free, and it's going to take you about 10 to 15 seconds to fill it out. All we're going to get is your name, your email address, and each week I'll send you some updates, information about what we're doing with touring, events, things like that. I promise I will not clog your emails. So just encourage you guys to check that out and show your support of this program. Before we get started, just wanted to share some quick updates with the Rock and Shock Nation. For those who tuned in last week, you heard me talk about a new network that has picked up the Rock and Shock Show. So we are going back to terrestrial radio, and they also have a digital platform that is carried worldwide. So I am excited about that. What we're going to be doing is two things on this network. We're going to be doing a Monday through Friday 4-hour program, which is called Rock and Shock Radio. And they're also going to be carrying what you guys are watching today on their FM stations. Some of you may be asking, how is this going to affect what we're doing here on the Classic Metal Show Network? And I have to say, it's not going to change anything. The Classic Metal Show Network is our primary focus. I'm so fortunate to be here. Chris and all the guys have been so amazing and accommodating to this program. And I just hope that we're making an impact on this platform as well. But nothing's going to change. I see what we now have as an opportunity, and I share opportunities with my friends. So I'm going to use this new network to tell people about the Classic Metal Show Network and get the word out, because I do believe that there are many awesome programs that people need to see. This is your place to be if you're part of the hard rock and heavy metal community. So again, nothing's going to change. My commitment is with the Classic Metal Show Network, and I'm looking to help build this to be even bigger and better. On this edition of the Rock and Shock Show, we're going to discuss AI. Now, the conversations surrounding the dangers of AI have become increasingly prominent. And we know that the nature of human beings is to be careless. And we have seen that this carelessness and recklessness has translated in the use of technologies. Many technologies start off with good intentions, but again, human beings have taken the power of these technologies and they use them for some rather evil things to further their control, to enslave a population. And I don't think that the use of AI will be any different. Again, I believe that there are many benefits with AI. Now, I have to be completely transparent with all of you. We do use AI on the Rock and Shock Show, so let me explain. If you remember back in April, we did a show with the 69 Eyes I went to Buffalo. I did an interview with Yerky, and also UC did an opening for the program. Now, when I was on that tour bus, it was very, very loud. That air conditioning was rattling. And when I came back and I listened to the sound, the sound was god-awful. It was complete trash, it really was. So what I had to do was take the audio, and I put it through a program that I have that is AI-based. And what it did was it cleaned up that audio, and it made it sound great. Here's an example of that. All right, what's up, guys? I am here in Buffalo with my boy Yerky from the 69 Eyes. What's up, Yerky?
Yeah, good to see you, sir.
So, it's been about a decade. Last couple of years you've been back, but I know you're like me. You love to travel the road, and you love history. All right, what's up, guys? I am here in Buffalo with my boy Yerky from the 69 Eyes. What's up, Yerky?
Yeah, good to see you, sir.
So, it's been about a decade. Last couple of years you've been back, but I know you're like me. You love to travel the road, and you love history.
I think you understand when I feel that something. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. Yeah, you got that something. I think you understand when I feel that something.
So as you've just witnessed in the world of music and broadcast, AI has many, many benefits. And from the standpoint of a creator, musician like myself, time management is just one of those things that I'm always looking to improve. When I had some bad audio, I would have to, really tweak everything, mess around with the board, go through the programs, and it took a lot of time. But now with AI, I can take those tracks that are giving me problems, put it through that program, and literally in a matter of a minute or two, we have professional sounding audio. So from that standpoint, it is a major benefit for me. Now in the past, it took a lot of money to create programs, especially television broadcasts. But now with AI, you're able to do it at a significant reduction in cost, yet you still get a really professional product. So from that standpoint, AI is very beneficial. Also, the way that I'm using AI, it's not really disrupting the creative process. As a songwriter, you're really pouring your heart and soul into that song. From the starting riff to the lyrics, to all the contributions from the musicians who are recording that piece, you feel something. You feel that energy, you feel that vibe. There's a soul, and everybody's putting their fingerprints on it. But now with AI, what I'm seeing is that you're really removing that creative process. I have videos that I'm going to show you today where AI created the entire piece. So now you don't have to have that musician who's sitting there and really putting their feelings into that song. What you have is AI generating a song based upon what's out there, based upon the algorithms. And I really feel like it's going to be a soulless song. It's just going to be music that's void of, that electricity that you get. When you used to listen to the songs from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, you felt that vibe, you felt that soul. And the band really played a major role in that creative process. Think about the band Led Zeppelin. When Led Zeppelin created When the Levee Breaks, the band used some recording techniques to deliver that sound. It all came from their creativity.
Boy, oh boy. This brings back some memories. Yeah, this is it comes straight into the entrance hall, and this is the hall where the drums were set up and where Levee Breaks was recorded. We had been recording in this room here. Bonzo had ordered a new drum kit. His tech, his road manager, had set it up in the hall. And when Bonzo came out, he started playing it in this thing, and it was this huge expanse. You're getting the drums reflecting off of the walls. You know, this wonderful ambience to the drums. Yeah, you can hear the reflective surfaces. You know, it's really live and ambient. We had a recording truck parked on the outside here, and you'd be running the wires from their cables with the mic leads, running them into their house. The mics were put up here over the banisters here. In those days, the drummer would be in a little booth, so the drums are just totally, crushed. This was quite radical. After this, you heard of other drummers and bands looking for lift shafts and things to record in to get the height, you see.
Sadly, I believe we're going to lose that with AI. We're going to lose that creative process. We're going to lose that human ingenuity, where people just sit there and they come up with ideas, they kind of discuss things, they try things, and from that they come out with these great and amazing sounds and songs. Now it's just going to be produced by AI, and there are thousands upon thousands of musicians who can mimic any sound. They listen to a song and are able to play that song. So what we're going to have now is AI generating songs where we have musicians come in and mimic those songs. So we're going to have these really, really good, essentially cover bands. That's what they're going to be. They're going to be cover bands. Now, if you ever listen to a really, really good cover band, you know that they put a lot of effort, and a lot of time, a lot of care into those songs. They want to sound just like the musicians who created that song. They want to play the songs note for note. They even dress up and try to have that image. Now, when you listen to the songs that they play, and you're like, wow, it's amazing. They sound like the band, but they're not the band. You can tell that something just is missing. For instance, if you listen to Guns N' Roses now live, there's something missing when it comes to the drums. Adler had a certain swagger and groove to his playing that gave GNR that total feel, that sound, and it's missing in their live performances. And really the same can be said for any band. When you lose those founding members, those members that put their fingerprints all over those songs, that had those certain intricacies when they played, it's missing when you have people who are covering those songs. So I believe that AI is totally going to transform the music business. Everything from the creative process, recording, engineering, to the way that we view live performances that are based more upon that technology, the lasers, the show, the lights. This is something that Alex and I spoke about a few shows ago. So I do believe that AI is going to transform the music business in a pretty negative way. Now, here's a few AI-generated songs that I found on the internet. So understand this. These videos that are being produced, these songs that are being created, this is being done during the infancy of AI. So just imagine what it's going to be a few years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Check it out. And we just took a look at AI's influence upon music and the entertainment world. And that was just the tip of the iceberg. I can go on for hours upon hours. But like I said before, I believe that the consequences will be negative. And when we look at the totality of AI and its influence upon all facets of society, I believe that that's going to be negative as well. And one area is going to be with job loss. As AI takes hold, we're going to see automation take over for jobs. And this is going to be in all spheres of society. If you look online right now with ChatGPT, all of the different video software, image software, you see that it's going to displace writers, those who are, artists, voice actors, actors themselves, those who are doing design. All of these things are going to be displaced by AI. And like I previously stated, it's going to bypass the creator. That human element is going to be lost. AI is also going to really remove that need to interact with one another. And if you've gone to a McDonald's recently, or even the movie theater, you're going to understand what I'm talking about. Recently, Jennifer and I went to a movie, and when we first walked in, there was this big screen where we purchased our tickets, and we also picked our seats. And then as we entered the lobby, there was another screen for us to order our snacks. And it wasn't until we ordered and paid that we saw a human being who basically called out our number and then gave us what we purchased. And man, that is just, I don't know. It didn't feel right. It's that human element. And that's what we look for when we go out, speaking with one another. And all this technology is really removing us from that human interaction. But like I said, I do believe that AI is going to totally transform this world. And I don't think it's going to be a good thing. Geoffrey Hinton is known as the godfather of AI, and he said this, and I want you to listen to these words. These things could get more intelligent than us and could decide to take over. And we need to worry now about how to prevent that from happening. So here we have one of the most influential people in AI saying that he's worried about this technology. In 2023, Hinton left his position at Google so that he could talk about the dangers of AI, noting that a part of him regrets his life's work. How telling is that? Other renowned scientists are worried as well. Elon Musk, along with 1,000 other tech leaders, wrote an open letter in 2023 to urge a pause on large AI experiments, citing that the technology can pose profound risks to society and humanity. Again, how telling is that? Now check out this video.
There's a group called ARC Evals, and they do the testing to see, does the new AI have dangerous capabilities? Can it deceive a human? Does it know how to make a chemical weapon? Does it know how to make a biological weapon? Does it know how to persuade people? Can it make money on its own? The famous example is that GPT-4 actually could deceive humans. It asked a TaskRabbit to fill in the CAPTCHA.
So the AI asked the TaskRabbit to solve the CAPTCHA, and the TaskRabbit's like, oh, that's sort of suspicious. Are you a robot? And you can see what the AI is thinking to itself. And the AI says, I shouldn't reveal that I'm a robot. Therefore, I should come up with an excuse. And so it says back to the TaskRabbit, oh, I'm vision impaired.
The AI came up with that on its own. And the way they know this is that they piped the output of the AI model to say, whatever your next line of thought is, dump it to this text file. And it says to itself, I shouldn't let it know that I'm an AI or I'm a robot, so let me make up this excuse, and then it comes up with that excuse.
I want you to really take in what was just said. Deception is a powerful tool, a destructive tool that's being used by the enemies of humanity. Deception is meant to confuse. It's meant to control. Like I said before, it's no longer a conspiracy theory that there are those in government, those who hold those very, very high positions, those in the letter agencies that are using deception to control the people. They are so heavily embedded in media and in entertainment that they are using those platforms to influence elections, to change people's thought patterns, to have us come against one another. And that's why I believe that AI is going to be another tool that's used against us. And it's going to be a tool that's meant to control us. AI is going to be used for deepfakes. The videos that you're going to see were created about 2 years ago. So just imagine the technology, how it's going to improve over the next few years. Now, these videos are pretty amazing, but it's my belief that people are going to use AI for some pretty nefarious reasons, to destroy the character of people, to put them in compromising situations and put out these lies as the truth. I believe that there are those that have already used AI for these negative purposes, to promote these deep fakes, to promote these lies, to destroy people. What we're seeing is what they're allowing us to see. AI is probably so much more advanced than we can ever imagine. So check out these videos and you're going to understand what I'm talking about.
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not. What if I were to tell you that I am not even a human being? Would you believe me? What is your perception of reality? Is it the ability to capture, process, and make sense of the information our senses receive? If you can see, hear, taste, or smell something, does that make it real? Or is it simply the ability to feel? I would like to welcome you to the era of synthetic reality. Now, what do you see?
By feeding a complicated computer program millions of images and sound bites, it can learn to do this.
President Trump is a total and complete dip. Now, you see, I would never say these things, at least not in a public address, but someone else would. Someone like Jordan Peele.
It's called a deepfake. We have the facts. Crafting realistic humanoids in video games or CGI movies used to take years of training, hundreds of people, and millions of dollars. But that's just not the case anymore. Today, with just a little facial mapping and powerful artificial intelligence, these sophisticated machine learning techniques are becoming accessible to people who don't necessarily have massive movie-making budgets. Usually, deepfakes are created to make unique videos, like making Nicolas Cage play Lois Lane in Superman, or putting Steve Buscemi's face on Jennifer Lawrence's body during a Golden Globe speech.
This was very truly surprising for me.
But as the technology advances and becomes more believable, worries abound.
You can sort of see a trajectory develop where within a year or two, it's going to be really hard for a person to distinguish between a real video and a fake video.
And as deepfakes spread across online platforms, many have crept onto the darker parts of the internet. Famous singers and actors have been victims to pornographic deepfakes, and sites like Twitter, Reddit, and Pornhub have banned deepfake videos altogether. Deepfakes could very well be used against the US by hostile actors. Elections, political campaigns, and national security could all be at risk.
How we move forward in the age of information is going to be the difference between whether we survive or whether we become some kind of up dystopia.
We know there are people out there that are trying to divide society, influence elections, and we know this capacity exists. So it's only logical that at some point someone's going to take the next step and sort of weaponize it.
But don't fret. The U.S. Department of Defense is already working on ways to uncover whether a video or photo has been doctored in any way.
Moving forward, we need to be more vigilant with what we trust from the internet. It's a time when we need to rely on trusted news sources.
All right, as we're nearing the end of another episode of the Rock and Shock Show, there's one more thing that I want to point out regarding AI. Like I said before, I could do multiple shows on the AI technology and all of the inherent dangers that I believe are associated with it. But the last thing I want to talk about are the privacy concerns. I'm sure all of you have experienced this before. Whenever you're, searching for an item on your phone or on the internet, all of a sudden you seem to be dominated by ads for that particular product. And that's because the AI, it knows what you want. It reads the algorithms. It knows the things that you're searching for. And that's why it's kind of controlling the path that you're taking on the internet, the things that you're watching, the things that you're seeing. And that is very, very problematic. What we're also going to see with AI is the continual rise in the police state. They're going to know everything that you're doing. They're going to watch your every move. We're seeing things like this happen in countries like China, and that technology is coming over to the U.S. Great Britain's already experiencing that, Western Europe. So these things are coming to America if we don't take a stand. And I believe that's going to be one of the biggest problems that's associated with AI is our invasion of privacy. So I want to share one more video on this topic. So check it out.
By 2045, privacy will be a forgotten relic. Advanced surveillance systems will track every action, conversation, and even thought. Governments and AI-powered corporations will have total control, predicting and manipulating your every move before you even realize it. Imagine a world where rebellion is crushed before it begins, where every moment of your life is monitored, and where true freedom no longer exists. In this terrifying future, there will be no escape. Surveillance will be your constant shadow, and your life an open book for all to see.
Did you know that artificial intelligence can impact your privacy in ways you might not expect? Artificial intelligence is becoming more and more integrated into our everyday lives. It's in our homes, our phones, even our cars. But as AI grows, so do concerns around privacy. Artificial intelligence AI systems, like voice assistants and smart home devices, have the ability to collect vast amounts of personal data. This data can be used in many ways to personalize your user experience, to target advertising more effectively, or even be sold to third-party companies. Often, it's unclear to users how these AI systems collect, store, and use their data, contributing to a general lack of transparency. And what about consent? Truly informed consent can be challenging to obtain when users may not fully understand the extent and implications of the data collection and usage. And of course, any data stored by AI systems could potentially be targeted in cyber attacks, leading to devastating breaches of privacy. It's crucial for all of us to understand these potential risks and to ask questions. Stay informed and engaged as AI continues to evolve and shape our world.
Just a quick note, these are simplified examples of a complex and rapidly evolving topic. We encourage further reading and exploration of these topics for a fuller understanding.
All right, Rocket Shock Nation, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed the program. Remember to visit us on the web at rocketshockshow.com. Again, that's rocketshockshow.com. And do me a favor, become a member of the Rock and Shock Nation today. Stay metal. Stay horror. I'll see you.
Shop is now available on demand. Go to mixcloud.com/Metal Shop and you got us. The latest Metal Shop shows in their entirety, absolutely free. Metal Shop, the only show